And I'm joined now by Adrianne Todman, who's the Deputy Secretary of Housing and Urban Development for the Biden administration. Thank you for being here, Deputy Secretary. Nearly 2,000 buildings were destroyed in the fires, the majority of them houses. Can you give us an update on what the current housing and shelter situation is like on the ground there? And does HUD have a plan for making sure that survivors have long-term housing?
No, thank you. And thank you for having me on. First, I want to express our prayers with everybody who's grieving today a loss of a family member, a loved one in this horrific wildfire in Maui County. And this administration and this HUD are ready to work with individuals. I lost my mic there. To continue to work to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to help families now and in the future. You asked about what are we doing now, what can we do? So as you know, there's over 1,000 federal personnel who are on the ground now supporting the people of Maui County, and our partners at FEMA are playing a strong leadership role in getting that work done. But the president has made it clear his expectation that this is a all-of-government event. So HUD, Commerce, USDA, VA, SBA, all of us have a role to play to make sure that the Maui is rebuilt. One of the things that HUD has done is to provide maximum flexibility across our suite of programs to ensure that the governor and the mayor and all of the leaders impacted are able to use our funds to provide shelter, to fix housing, and really just meet the moment with whatever the people of Maui need.
And historically, FEMA has given housing credits to people who've lost their homes in natural disasters. But on Maui, affordable housing is really a limited resource. Do these specific circumstances require different solutions than you would deal with in a mainland hurricane or fire?
Well, certainly we're watching what the leaders of the state and the county would like to do with HUD's funds and with the vision they have for what comes next. We have been providing aid and assistance in terms of the short-term housing needs, shelter, but we are standing ready to make sure that all of the flexibilities, all of the great ideas that are out there about new innovative housing types, that we are there to be a resource for the leaders in Hawaii, not just in terms of ideas, but funding as well.
And you've already put into place a foreclosure moratorium for residents with federal loans, and you're also providing a support package. What's the best way for residents to access these support benefits going forward?
Absolutely. So, we join our partners, FEMA, in their disaster recovery center and make sure that there's information there as families are availing themselves and signing up for disaster assistance. There'll also be information about ways that they can protect their assets. And as you mentioned, HUD has joined with all of our housing partners, whether it's Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, where we're all come together to make sure that we are providing families with an opportunity to hold on to their land, hold on to their homes, and creating an opportunity for forbearance so they don't have to worry about payments right now. They can just focus on the path ahead and their loved ones.
And you've already sounded the alarm on predatory real estate companies who are trying to buy out land from under survivors. The governor said that he'd like to put a moratorium on the sale of land. Is there any role that HUD can play on that front?
Look, we work with the private sector all the time to build housing and to improve housing supply across the country. But I've got to say, if there are people who are using this moment to take advantage of folks while they're at their lowest, while they're grieving families and loved ones, while they're trying to figure out what the future holds, to take their land and home from them, I find that distasteful, quite frankly. And we certainly echo the governor when he says that this is not the moment, that we need to make sure that the land, which is so very precious to the people in Hawaii, that people are able to hold on to their land and rebuild in the future.
And how concerned are you about the displacement of the local Maui community? We did see thousands of people displaced from Puerto Rico in the wake of Hurricane Maria. Many of them never came back. How do you avoid that happening in this particular instance?
Well, first of all, we have to give people hope. that we will be there for them in the future. And that is certainly what the president seeks to deliver when he and the First Lady land shortly, that we will be there for them now and we will be there for them during rebuilding. We're also going to provide funding. Certainly our partners at FEMA are first in line, and we'll be providing families immediate individual assistance. And HUD, through our disaster recovery funds, which we are sure that we will receive from the Congress at some point, that we'll receive those funds and be able to provide leaders with the funding they need to build back in a more resilient way that really respects the tradition, the cultures, and the land of Hawaii.
All right, monumental task in front of you. Adrianne, Todman, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.